Beard Podcast is brought to you by these cool dudes.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Redbeard Podcast. This is your boy, Cooley, and I'm hanging with a good friend of mine, Tony, who's sitting to my right. And to my left, I have a very special guest this evening, Esteban Gonzalez. Say hello, Esteban.
Hello, Esteban. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
No, thanks for having me on here again. It was a lot of fun last time.
Thank you. And Tony?
Yo, what up? I had to cut this, tenseness right there. All set. What's going on? Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Redbeard Podcast. They're just like, oh my God, what's going on? Hello. So, oh man. Yeah, I'm feeling good. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Esteban, how you doing?
Doing good. Very good.
You bringing the
It was a good
passion
day.
again.
The passion is here.
Passion.
The passion had a day off, so
Yeah, man.
it was a good day off.
Yeah,
Are you
right?
still attracting the ladies with that voice?
I don't know. We're gonna have to check the polls.
We're gonna have to check the polls.
check the lady polls.
The live polls. It's
Ooh.
awesome.
That sounds bad.
No, it's good, man. It's a good thing. So, yeah, man. Cooley, what's going on with you, man? You had the day off?
I had the day off, and my jaw feels like it's wired shut.
Yeah, so what happened, man?
Well, I have no idea.
Did you sleep on it?
It's possible. No, because I woke up fine. I made eggs. I had eggs.
Yeah.
You know, well, that's what happens after you make them. You have them.
Yeah.
So, and then, midday, I was just chilling. I was like, yeah, it feels kind of tight. And then all of a sudden, it's just been downhill ever since. It just keeps getting worse. And it's to the point where I can only open my mouth about an inch.
Yeah. Sounds like lockjaw.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I always thought that was just like a Tom and Jerry thing, something that you see in the cartoons.
No, man. Basically, it's literally the muscle in your jaw gets so tense and so to the point where you literally can't open your mouth full.
Yeah, it was like a He-Man character too, Lockjaw or some shit.
Yeah, but I mean, it's...
No, that was Trapjaw. Sorry.
I think what it is, man, is stress. That's what I've heard it comes from. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but it could be that. Or, man, you just bit down on something and pull the muscle.
There's not a whole lot for me to be stressed out about. I mean...
Yeah, I don't know.
Life is good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah,
but
listen
anyway.
to some Bob Marley, man.
Anyway, I mean, if Kanye West can record an album on this shit...
Through the wire?
I can do a podcast episode, so we're good.
Hell yeah, man.
And you also have to consider that his friends had Pro Tools and he had no tools.
That's awesome.
That's
man.
fantastic. Thank you for that. And thanks for your interest in my day off and my extracurricular activities.
Dude, hell yeah. You're my boy, so we got to talk about it.
We got to.
Dude, now tell me what you texted me earlier today, which is phenomenal. I didn't even know this was a thing yet, and you found out.
Well...
it sounds so unenthusiastic.
Well, no, it's. I'm super enthusiastic about this. I gotta tell you, I love the title. Mm-hmm. We're talking about Star Wars here.
Yeah.
There's a title released for Episode 8. Mm-hmm. It is The Last Jedi.
Nice.
Now, some people might say, "Oh, well, does that mean that Rey's going to be the last Jedi?" And I'm saying I'm going out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that the title is referring to Luke Skywalker and not Rey.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
I think Rey's the last Jedi, and he's training Rey, but she's probably not going to be a Jedi. She's probably just going to be a Force user, trained in the ways of the Force, with maybe a little bit of Jedi sprinkled on it. But
right.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, though? Both of you guys, how do you feel about that? If that is actually the way that it goes down, don't you feel like Luke Skywalker should pass that on? Because there aren't a lot of Jedis left. Isn't that a legacy that should be continued? Why would he not give her all the knowledge that he has?
Well, according to the title, there are no Jedis left besides Luke.
But that's what I'm saying. But why wouldn't he train Rhea to be another Jedi to carry that on? Because if they don't, then the Jedi essentially dies, right?
Well, no, I think he can give her all of his knowledge.
But you're saying like a little bit sprinkled on. Like,
Yeah,
I'm talking, give her the full
when
Jedi.
I say a little bit of Jedi sprinkled on, I mean the lightsaber, right? Like, 'cause
Yeah.
the lightsaber is the traditional weapon of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not necessarily a weapon of Force users everywhere. It's the weapon of the Jedi Knight.
Right.
Right? So I say a little bit of the Jedi sprinkled on top, but Jedi is almost like a religious order. Right? And if Rey is not raised as a Jedi and she doesn't believe in the teachings of the Jedi and the whole, lack of emotion thing, maybe Luke doesn't want her to go on that path. Mm-hmm. Because of what he didn't get to experience in his life, But
Right.
who knows, like, I still don't know what the outcome's going to be as far as whose kid she is. Maybe she is Luke's kid or grandkid, or who knows, right? But, I mean, with Luke being a Jedi, with Luke being trained as a Jedi early on, as far back as, the end of Empire Strikes Back, him being kind of like almost done with his Jedi training and transferring over into Return of the Jedi, where he is actually fully a Jedi. If he follows the Jedi teachings, then he doesn't have a kid. He doesn't have any progeny. So, I mean, who knows whose kid Rey is? But, I mean, if she's his kid, then maybe he doesn't want that for her.
I guess that's a good point. But
Because obviously he doesn't fully believe in the Jedi concept if he has a kid.
Right. Okay. True.
You know what I mean?
What do you think, Esteban?
Well, I mean, I like your initial theory about like the Last Jedi be like having Luke being the focus of that and not being Rey. And I'm excited about that because if that is the truth, I mean, I'm hoping that Mark Hamill has like a big role in this movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, because he's been kind of like a little hermit when it comes to what he did as an actor after the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was great doing the role for the Joker. I mean, that was amazing.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of like just him kind of in the background doing stuff, and then coming back, being on that island in that epic scene. Like I totally agree with that. But in the sense too with Rey, like she was ripped away from her family and dropped off on Jakku for for a reason or something. Like, there's got to be a link there, whether she's a Skywalker or not. Like, there's got to be some like deep relation. Like, why does she know so much about the technology? She's this little genius. I mean, yeah, being a scavenger, ripping that stuff apart. I get I can imagine you learn.
There are some people that are like speculating she might be a Palpatine, but
interesting.
That would mean that old wrinkly bastard had sex with somebody, and that I just refuse to. Even in the Star Wars universe, I refuse to believe that happens.
Yes, that's disgusting. No, I do a really good.
You want this, don't you? It takes on a whole new meaning, that quote.
Seriously, man.
She's not alive.
No. The way you hate that so bad. That's why I love it.
I don't like that.
No, I know. That's why I did it, man. Chill. Oh my god!
But who knows? We shall see. Only time will tell.
Yeah,
it's
man.
true. It's true.
I'm psyched, dude. I can't wait. That's sick. The Last Jedi. It's such a badass title. Really is.
The Last Jedi.
I can't wait to see what it boils down to and why they call it that. It's gonna. Who knows who it is?
I mean, dude, think about it. Like, how badass is this? Like, Star Wars has kind of had like this whole rebirth, like over the past like couple of years. Like, Star Wars was like silent for years. Like, episode 1, 2, and 3, like technically didn't happen to a lot of people, but I mean, like, it introduced like some people to Star Wars who then watched like the originals, and now you have episode 7. Now we're gonna have 8. We had Rogue One. Like, dude, Star Wars is alive and well. You know what I'm saying? And they are killing it right now.
It never died for me. I mean, even with episodes 1, 2, and 3 being such utter failures, I mean, of course I was excited to go and see them when they were in theaters. And when they came out, I even fooled myself into thinking that I liked them originally. And then after watching them a few times, I was like, this is fucking crap.
Right.
But then there's the Phantom Edit, which is amazing. I mean, it's like it boils everything down to only the essentials. I should not say amazing, I'm sorry, but it's actually really good, which is, to me, is amazing, because if you can take something that's complete crap and make it actually pretty good, then that's pretty cool.
Right.
But aside from that stuff that came out, you also they kept us going with like, the Clone Wars on Cartoon Network, which turned into the Clone Wars, which was a CGI-based version of the same animated show. And that now has kind of evolved into Rebels, which is another like chapter of the actual canon for the Star Wars universe, which is another CGI show on Disney XD. And all the comic books and all the stuff in between, the novels and stuff like that. As a Star Wars fan, we've never been without something to keep us entertained and tied and connected to the Star Wars universe. So I really, really appreciate the hard work and effort that goes into everything. And, it's never been dead for me.
Here, I agree. It's like as much as the movies were not great and people were not happy, like they supplemented the Star Wars world, like you were saying, with so much more stuff.
Right.
So much more stuff. And I loved enjoying that too, like reading the Star Wars comic book series, collecting them, like the Star Wars series, the Darth Vader series, a few of the other little breakoffs, like you were telling me about the Afra, like the Dr. Afra series, which I gotta go back and check out as well.
What a great new character, man! What a great new character. She's awesome.
Nice.
Look her up. Google Dr. Afra. She's like basically like a space archaeologist that's kind of gone dark. So like she has these like misadventures with these two droids that have been kind of attached to her by Vader. One's this like black protocol droid, so he's like a black C-3PO, and the other one is like a black R2-D2 BT. But they're both friggin' assassins. They're assassin droids. So all they want to do is torture and kill people, and it's so weird to see. You're basically looking at C-3PO and R2-D2, albeit like in black paint, but they're basically just everything that they want. The only thing that they want to do is kill people and torture them, and it's fun. It's so much fun.
It's so fun to torture
because they want to do it in
kill.
so many twisted ways.
That's good though.
Yeah,
Let's
they're
chill.
sick and twisted, and they're basically on her leash, and then she's got like another like a Wookiee. She's got her own Wookiee sidekick, kind of like a Chewbacca, but Black Chrysanthemum, who is a bounty hunter, basically a wanted criminal, but he's a bounty hunter who basically will do anything for money.
Although his name sounds like a burnt croissant, like a black croissant. That's what I thought. Like black croissant, burnt croissant. What?
Just read a lot of the Star Wars names.
No, I totally know. In the
like
Darth Vader
all,
series, he's in that too, like with Afra, because that was from like that different perspective, from like Darth Vader's perspective.
To have a Star Wars name, all you have to do is look around your kitchen or your living room, and then just like mash up two words together and throw a couple of weird vowels in there, and you've got yourself a Star Wars name.
There you go. But they're so good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of like weird
Bolu Kendala.
Yeah.
Right. So I just looked at a bowl and a candle.
Bolo Kentala.
That is such a Star Wars name.
No,
is
it
it
totally is. It totally is.
I can totally see it like a Twi'lek walking around with like, what's your name? Bolu Kendala. Eat shit.
Oh my god.
No,
Well,
they would never say that in Star Wars because I don't know like what they really call like shit. They'd be like eat poodoo.
They would exactly.
that's correct.
The Bantha
Yeah.
Voodoo.
well, speaking of like movies and stuff that's coming out and that actually has already come out is I did actually see a movie 2 nights ago called The Founder, starring Michael Keaton and a couple other people such as Nick Offerman. Nick Offerman was in it. John Carroll Lynch, who most of you will know, actually played that psycho clown in American Horror Story. He's been in a ton of stuff.
Is this a comedy? Or?
No, it's not. So,
Because Nick
I'll
Offerman
explain.
is amazing.
Yeah, and I'll explain what it is too. And Linda Cardellini, if any of you guys are familiar with Grandma's Boy, she actually played like the blonde chick who was like in charge of the office. Like she hasn't done anything in a while, but
That's right.
she was in this. So it was kind of cool to see that she's still working. But it was the first thing that I've seen Nick Offerman in where he wasn't funny and he completely shaved his beard. So it was weird to kind of see him like without the beard, but I kind of got used to it. But
Did he have a mustache at least?
No, but because of that, I actually forgot it was him for like half the movie. I just like was so focused on this guy because I didn't recognize him. But it's a really good movie. It's basically the story of Ray Kroc, who's a salesman played by Michael Keaton, and he basically finds these two brothers that own basically what is the first McDonald's. And they basically have like, they come up with like the speedy system, which is how you make food quickly with basically like an assembly line of people. And Michael Keaton stumbles upon them and doesn't understand the concept of like how you go up and like now, which is something which is so normal to us, you go up to like a Johnny Rockets and they'll give you like a bag of fries, or like Wendy's, you get like a bag with your hamburger and your fries in it, and you get like a soda and you bring it wherever you sit down. Like that was new. Like you used to drive up to a restaurant and, back in like the 50s or whatever, and you pull up and a waitress comes over on roller skates, take your order, and then they put the tray on the side of the car in the window, and that's how you basically eat your food. Like that you have to wait like 20 minutes for that, and sometimes half the time they got the order wrong because they had like a ton of people waiting, that were driving up. But this was like a whole new revolutionary idea of how to get fast food. And Ray Kroc was like, you guys got to franchise this. Like, you have to make this a big thing. And he went to the lengths of basically kind of forcing them, in a sense, to franchise it. And you see how he kind of starts to take it over, and he kind of becomes like the founder of McDonald's and makes it one of the biggest businesses, worldwide or like countrywide. So, but all I'm going to say is this. I mean, if you don't know anything about Ray Kroc, like I didn't, I had no idea how McDonald's started, and I had no idea anything of how it came to be what it is today. He was ruthless to the point where, like, spoiler alert, he kind of basically stole like McDonald's from these two like brothers.
Those cheeseburgers are ruthless.
Seriously, man. I mean, like literally, like stole their idea, like basically made it his own. Like rob them of basically the money that like I'm totally gonna spoil a little bit, but I mean, like at the end of the movie, he offers to buy like McDonald's off them because he had pretty much like bought all the land that it was on, so he was basically like a real estate agent. So he was controlling everything, and it got to the point where they had no choice but to basically take what he was offering. And they said we want so much profit for every year, all the sales you make. And like they get to the thing with this signing it, and the lawyers are like, well, that's the only thing we don't agree to. And like Michael Keaton, like Ray Kroc, leans over and he says to the brothers, he's like, you guys will get your royalties, I promise. And like he's already screwed them over like a million times, but like you see basically like Lynch looks at him and he's just kind of like, we're totally gonna get fucked on this, but I have no choice but to shake his hand and take like each of us take a check for like $2.5 million. Right. And it says at the end of the movie that they never got their royalties, and if they did, their family would basically be owed to this point like $100 million, and they've never seen any of that money. So it's fucking heartbreaking to actually see like how this company has become to be one of the biggest fast food chains all around the world, and how it actually came to be. And like, dude, I gotta be honest with you, like after I left, like we drove by like 7 McDonald's, and I'm like, there's a fucking McDonald's every 2 miles. You know what I mean? And it's definitely not what it used to be. I mean, the patties in this movie, they were grilled. Like they're not grilled anymore. They put them in like this thing and throw them in the microwave. It's all processed, but I mean, to know that it was actually the name McDonald's was these two brothers, they got robbed, brings a whole new element to that restaurant. Like, I'm kind of like, I don't want to fucking go there now. You know what I mean? Like, not that I go there at all now, but it's kind of like, fuck that. Yeah, but like they got robbed. You know what I'm saying? That's bullshit.
So he bought it from them?
He bought it from them because they didn't have a choice. Like, if they didn't sell it, he would have basically pushed them out anyway. Like, he literally ripped it out from underneath them. It's horrible.
But do you think they would have done... Do you think they would have done as well with it?
I don't think that because first of all, they didn't have the drive for it. Like,
that's what I'm saying. So so did he really rob them? You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like he forced them out of it and all that. But I mean, would they? it wouldn't have been the McDonald's that we know today. You wouldn't have drove past 7 of them, right? Somebody who had more drive and determination to turn it into something took it.
Right,
and ran with it.
And I understand that, and yeah, there is a positive to it. It's like we now know today what is McDonald's, and that's great. But at the same time, it's like I think it's fucked up how it all happened.
That shit could have just been Haven Brothers, basically. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
but the thing
like,
with
wow, we gotta go to this great place that does food fast.
But the thing with McDonald's is that he was like, they had a contract, and he basically broke like rules of the contract. Like, I don't want to go into it deeply, but like, watch the movie. Like, I went into this thinking like, oh, it's gonna be like a cool movie. How McDonald's came to be. Had no idea I was gonna be like, wow, this guy's a dick. Like, and they show the actual dude at the end, like the real clips of him talking. Like, he was an asshole. Like, Patrick Wilson was in it, had a small part. He basically played the husband of that girl from Grandma's Boy. Mm-hmm. And Michael Keaton's on a road trip, sees her, and like, enough said, he's like, oh, I find her attractive. He like divorces his wife, played by Laura Dern, who, if you guys remember, she was like the blonde chick from Jurassic Park. Yeah. Basically divorces her and like ends up marrying this chick and stealing, Patrick Wilson's wife. It's like, holy shit, this guy was ruthless. Like, didn't give you, like, he's basically kicking ass and taking names. Like, didn't give a shit about anybody but himself. It's kind of screwed up, but I mean, it was interesting, because that's, you get to see how McDonald's came to be. So, interesting movie. There's some history behind it that I think is worth knowing. But shout out to Nick Offerman, man. Like, killed it in this. Like, unrecognizable in this. So, Esteban, you guys got to check this out. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing a trailer for this movie and being like, that's got to be intense. Like with Michael Keaton. I mean, Michael Keaton's awesome.
Michael Keaton's phenomenal, man.
The guy's so awesome. So.
Even his vocal work in this, he like, his voice was a little weird. And I'm like, wow, he's talking to little strangers, probably like, because that's how the character sound. And then they showed a clip of him at the end. I'm like, oh, that's he's doing the voice. Oh yeah. It's just so cool, man. He's such a badass actor. I mean, dude, how can you not like the guy who like basically rejuvenated Batman? Yeah, so cool, man.
The best Batman.
Oh, by far one of the best. Oh, I still cannot get enough of that. But I do want to talk about something on a little bit later. Dude, Aziz Ansari, man. He had like a pretty interesting monologue on SNL. You were like about that monologue. Like, talk to me about that.
I thought it was hilarious, man.
Yeah.
I thought he hit a lot of great points and did it in a way that was like super funny to me.
It was classy,
and then in the end tied it all up and had a really good message, and a ray of hope almost for people that are worried about what's going on. Is it political? Sure, but it's Saturday Night Live. It's a political show. I mean, like, at the end of the day, whenever there's something political going on, the opening's always going to be political. You're always going to have the their news section that has all the political humor and stuff like that tied to it. So yeah, I mean, like, it is what it is. It's what it was supposed to be. And Aziz is a fucking trip to me. I fucking love that dude.
I thought his speech was good. I thought there were definitely some funny parts to it. I think my favorite part was probably where he compared Trump to Chris Brown.
Yeah, like, that was probably my favorite part.
He's like, I'm not here. He's like, I'm not here for the extracurricular activities, but I love his music. And that's basically how I feel about Chris Brown.
I like the dancing. I love the music.
Yeah,
I'm here for the tunes, bro. That's it.
I mean, I like him a lot. I think he's funny as shit. I mean, I don't know. He has moments where he's not funny to me, but I just think, and I said this earlier, I mean, I probably would have found it a little bit more funny than I did if I wasn't already, like, super exhausted with politics. I just feel like every avenue you turn now, it's like a crack on Trump, it's a crack on, everything. And it's just,
but he leaves himself so open to it.
He does, but it's the, and I understand, like, for comedians, and dude, if like I said, when I get back into comedy, like, obviously this month, like, Trump is going to be a point to joke about because he's that easy, but yeah, it's just so, it's almost too easy to the point where it's like, all right, like, we get it, like, I don't know, man. I just feel like good for Alec Baldwin, man, because he's got like a stellar 4 years of just getting a sick paycheck on SNL. Yeah. Going from 30 Rock to hosting like game shows to this now. I will say I'm a little surprised that they did go with with Alec Baldwin for this because I honestly think Daryl Hammond's impression of Donald Trump is better than his. But I also think that Alec Baldwin is a bigger name, so they're going to keep him on. Because
to me, it's a little more surprising how well he does it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that Alec Baldwin is actually like still doing shit because I think he's such a good actor, and it was kind of like, what the hell, man? Like, you should be doing more. But you know, they were definitely. I will agree with you. Like, Aziz had some good messages. You know, like, yeah, for the people that were scared. You know, he's like, listen, you know, if you're scared, you're gonna be all right. Mm-hmm. Like, I thought that was cool because I feel like people are getting freaked out for no reason. Like, everybody needs to take a breath. Like, give this dude who is now our legit president a shot. If we start with negativity, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be negativity. We need to keep an open mind for a little bit at least.
But he already started with negativity. I say to you this. If he does a great job getting us out of debt, to me, it doesn't change my view because to me, that's the same as somebody saying, here is Cooley, here's $1 million. I want you to change your viewpoint. Mm-hmm. I'm the type of person where in order to change my viewpoint, you have to do shit to dig yourself out of the hole that you're in. And if he's not doing that and he's not willing to do that, I don't care how great you make America financially. If you put us fucking 7 steps back in every other regard, I don't give a shit.
I can respect that. I can respect that. That makes sense. I agree with that. One of the other things I do want to talk about is something that Cooley, I know you are going to be very passionate about, and Esteban, I'm sure that you have your own views on this, but hey, the New England Patriots are going to the Super Bowl. I'm pretty psyched about it. They won last night. So, Esteban, are you a Patriots fan or what's your deal?
I mean, I was a real NFL fan like back in like the 90s, like back when I lived in upstate New York.
Yeah,
you know, like
when
like
shit
Buffalo.
wasn't rigged.
Yeah, like Well,
God, here we go.
Totally still was, and like I like, you know, like. There's one Super Bowl against Dallas, and it was such a horrible game. It was like, this has got to be rigged. And so you're a little kid, and you're like, no, and your heart gets crushed. And so, but like I dig college football. Like, my girlfriend's from Michigan, so it's like by association. You gotta love Michigan Wolverines. Gotta hate Ohio State. Gotta hate Michigan State. I just gotta. But the more games I watch with her, I'm more like, all right, yeah, no, this is badass, and I'm totally happy for New England. Totally, I'm a huge Red Sox fan, so like just any team New England like that's rocking is I'm happy with.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I wouldn't call myself like a huge fanatic sports fan, but definitely be like it does rock that they're going to the Super Bowl.
Hell yeah!
It's like take another one. Why not?
What do you think, man?
I think I don't know what to think. I think you got a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers who are on fire, look near unstoppable. And they're playing good ball. Like you watch them play, and you're like, wow, Ben Roethlisberger is amazing. Mm-hmm. Wow, Le'Veon Bell, oh my God, he's a freight train, unstoppable. Can't stop the kid. And AB, man, Antonio Brown is one of the best wide receivers in the league, right? And then you've got all this talent around him, like, you know, helping him out as supporting cast. Jesse James, you've got Eli Rogers, you've got all these cats that are like. I already mentioned Bell.
You did?
Yeah.
Right, never mind.
And Williams.
Yeah.
D'Angelo Williams, who had to step in because Bell got hurt in the first fucking quarter.
Groin injury.
Mind blown. I was like, okay, well, there goes the whole reason why I wanted to watch the game, because Bell was... I just wanted to watch Bell play. You don't really get to see it too often because we live in fucking New England, so you don't see Pittsburgh Steelers games. You see New England Patriots games.
Right.
And I'm not springing fucking, 300 and change for Sunday tickets, so I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But bottom line is, you know, you got a team that's playing out of their fucking mind, right? And yeah, the Patriots are a great team. They've been doing the same thing all year. But that should not have been such a lopsided game. Now, when you look at the game, you're like, it's like there were so many fucking holes to be exploited in the defense on Pittsburgh Steelers defense. It's like they forgot how to play. It's like they got out on the field and it's like, okay, well, where's first base? again?
Yeah, but let me ask you. Yeah, but
wait,
like,
we're not playing baseball. We're playing
but
football.
like, how can you be pissed that they fell apart? Like, it is what it is, man. Like,
because
dude,
fuck the Patriots,
nah, man, no, that's bullshit.
You got a fucking, you got a handout, man. Again, a fucking again.
Listen. If you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, right?
Yeah.
And you're in the AFC Championship, like, dude, you
all right, but you got a handout because they fucking collapsed. I'm not saying
doesn't matter.
I'm not saying that the Pittsburgh Steelers got robbed. No, I'm saying that the Pittsburgh Steelers went out there and they fucked up.
Yeah, so
totally.
too bad.
But because they fucked up, you got another fucking free ride to the Super Bowl.
It's not a free ride. It's not a free ride at all, man. You don't play an entire season and get to the AFC. Dude, you show up to play.
Don't tell to me about the season.
You show up to play.
Go and look. You know about football, right? Because like you're a huge football fan. Look at the schedule.
I know that.
Schedule.
I looked at it, but I'm just saying, like, you get in that spot. You get in that
Don't
spot.
make me stop calling you out on your fanhood.
I'm just saying. I'm not, dude. I never fucking said I was, but I'm just saying it's a simple fact. If you show up to that AFC, man, be ready to play. If you fall apart, it's on nobody but yourself. That's it. Like, you're up against the Patriots. Like, they were both in the same spot. The Patriots could have fell apart, and the Steelers could have took the game. It's one or the other. They fell apart. They collapsed. It's nobody's fault but the Steelers, and Patriots go to the Super Bowl. It's not like you can't be pissed at the Patriots because they won.
I'm not pissed at the Patriots. I'm pissed at the situation.
You just said the Patriots.
Fuck the Patriots because I hate them. It's not because I'm pissed at them because of this.
You're so sick of seeing them go to the Super Bowl.
I'm pissed at this. Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun anymore.
It's amazing. Is what
you,
it is. It is.
Yeah, for you and your girlfriend who loves the Patriots and fucking, our
Jim
boss
Kelly,
who loves
Don,
the Patriots.
Yeah.
All these people that love the fucking Patriots in New England. God bless you. You got 7 fucking Super Bowls from Tom Terrific. They changed the fucking uniform. They changed the uniform, build a new stadium, and now they're just fucking perennially in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl. To me, it just.
Esteban.
It's like the Yankees of football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Esteban.
But there's a salary cap to keep things fucking even across the board, right? There's a salary cap in place.
I love it. You see how I
make
knew
everybody else.
Hey, you see why I brought this up? Because this is happening. I knew it would get him heated.
Dude, this is why my jaw is like it is. Like
I
the
know.
fucking stupid.
That's why.
Yeah.
They won last night. That's why you can't open your mouth.
Fucking Patriots. Look. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Tell me
There's a
laughing
salary cap in place for the sake of parity.
Well, I mean,
I don't mean parity.
if I was
because
making like $12 million
parity
a season, and like my salary cap, like I wouldn't be able to see the salary cap. Like it'd be like 1,000 freaking miles up in space.
Yeah,
so if I was making that kind of money,
check this out, right? The salary cap is in place for parity, right? Which means to keep things equal for all teams, so all teams have the same chance at fielding like the most amazing team, right? I call it being in place for parity, which is a mockery of what it actually is, because this fucking team is always getting like the best fucking pieces on the field.
They're just a good team, man. It's just that simple.
Now I will here's something.
They're a good team and they play well.
Here's something that people never heard me say, and for the love of God, you probably will never hear me say it again. But I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine today, and we were talking about players as a whole, and players that have the factor of being like the Michael Jordan of football, right? And I had to put Brady in the discussion. As much as I fucking hate the man in the fucking Ugg boots that he represents, to bring your team to the AFC Championship year in and year out with the tools that he's given, which are, I mean, the white receiver whisperer, fucking Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Getting what's it, Edelman?
Yeah.
Fucking Amendola. Now
yeah.
Hogan.
Yeah, Hogan's
right? Dude, there was a play last night. Hogan caught the football.
The flea flicker? Is that what you're talking about?
No, this was another play. like it was like in the fourth quarter, maybe the third quarter. But Hogan got this catch, and like you could see it because the camera was like, it was a really nice shot. It was like right in on him. You could see his face, and when he looked the ball into his hands and he actually caught it, there was such a look of fucking surprise on his face. He was like, "Oh my god, I got the ball!" Yeah. And then like he was like, "I'm gonna go," and he just fucking took off. Like and like he got like maybe 10, 15 yards on the catch. But when you got receivers that are that fucking excited to get a catch, like they're that mind blown that they actually caught the fucking ball. Mm-hmm. Dude, there's something going on because like these guys they're not that level of athlete. They're not that level of athlete. Like if you look at AB, Antonio Brown, when he catches the ball cocky. He catches that's right. I caught this motherfucking ball, and now I'm gonna run. Right? Like if you look at anybody, this ball's in my hands, motherfucker. Right? Like fucking Chris Hogan. Oh my god, I got the ball. Right? So. I don't know, man. It was just it blows my mind that year in and year out with these fucking players that just like that wouldn't produce on any other team besides Amendola.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think Edelman would. Edelman's good.
Edelman is what, like a Welker, right? And you would think he's like a Welker.
And Blunt, I think he's awesome. I mean, dude was like 7 people on him last night.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Edelman is like a Wes Welker, right? Like it's like that's why you could let Wes Welker go, right?
Yeah.
Wes Welker went to Denver, and what happened?
All right.
You take any of these people out of New England and put them in a different system, it's different. They can't fucking function.
Yeah, but right? I mean, I think it's...
Martellus Bennett never had a winning season. Goes to the Patriots, he's fucking going for a Super Bowl win.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, I feel like it has to do with chemistry in the team. I mean, like, dude, you could be... Like, it's all about podcasting. Like, we could be with 2 other people that are, are monotone and not enthusiastic, but I think we bring that to the table. Like we're enthusiastic, we have a good time, we have good chemistry. Mm-hmm. I think it's all about who you partner yourself with and what team you're on. I mean,
like, don't you think
there are people that are great players but probably won't go to Super Bowl because of the team they're on?
But don't you think that these other teams have chemistry with each other? Like
I do, but I'm just saying
they love each other.
I'm not saying that they don't, but I mean it's all about the timing too. It's not. I'm not saying that the Patriots are the perfect team, but I mean like they've shown up time and time again. With different players. I mean, Jesus Christ, like Gronkowski's not even playing, and like they still were able to do it. So I mean, I just think it comes down to being prepared and being a great team and being able to just make it happen. And they have the ability to do that time and time again. It's not a coincidence, dude, that they've been to the Super Bowl this many times and they're breaking records. It's because they're a great team. And even though you might not like them and you're a Giants fan and it sucks that the Giants aren't going to the Super Bowl, you have to commend them on that.
I had my 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like it really has to. And I'm not saying the Giants haven't beat us because they have. But I mean, it's a pretty amazing feat to have a team that is going to the Super Bowl this many times. And who knows? We might lose the Super Bowl. Like we might crash and fucking burn. But if we win again, I think it's a great victory, and it's even a sweeter victory because of all the bullshit Deflategate crap we had to go through. It's kind of just like, all right, cool, you're going to call us out on that? Cool, we're still going to the Super Bowl. And if they win it, it's going to be awesome to have him hand us the damn trophy again because he's the one who basically called us out. So it's kind of like, even though they're not saying it and no one's going to come out and say it, it would be kind of like the sweetest revenge in a sense to come back and win it and be like, all right, well, cool, we didn't cheat this time, but we're still here. So I'd like to see what happens. You never know. But I mean, I know, and I know it sucks, man, because I know you have this like burning hatred for them. But that's why I bring it up, man, because it's a fire starter conversation with you.
Yeah, and it's listen, man. I'll be 100% on this. It's not the Patriots. It's not. Yeah. It's the fans. It's the fans.
You said that
like
before.
I went last night and like I didn't watch it here. I watched it at a buddy's house and like these guys are fucking like jumping up and down and I mean, look, I would jump up and down too, but I mean like the way that like just the fucking like arrogance that came out of them, and then they looked at me and they said, sorry about the Giants. Maybe next year the receivers will be more mature and they won't go on a boat ride. Fuck you. Like with a big ass middle finger, man. Fuck you. Yeah, the boat ride had nothing to do with it. It was a fucking week before the game. Right? If it was the day before, yeah, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, dude, fucking grow up. Don't go on a boat ride. Don't fuck Justin Bieber, right? Yeah. Like, you don't need to hang out with Justin.
You gotta come in on this because you're laughing over there, man.
What I'm thinking is the theme has been like Star Wars. I don't know. Politics. I don't know. Football. I don't know. But a lot of people are scared and pissed. That's what I picked up on that.
Dude, I will say, man, episode 71 is intense, right? Oh, man.
Episode 71.
71. Isn't this what we're on? 71? Yeah, man.
71. Holy shit.
Episode 71.
What are we going to do for 75? That's coming up.
I don't know, man. Well, yeah, it's coming up. Like, I don't know. It's like it's 4 weeks away.
Oh, my God, because we got Hector Rodriguez coming up.
Hector Rodriguez, man. Hector Rodriguez, you guys actually heard from when we did Rhode Island Comic Con. He used to do all those, he still does. He does like the crazy mashups, kind of like Superman, Hulk. He had Wolverine, Joker, like a lot of cool mashups. He also was the guy who supplied us with the giveaways, which two of the people that we actually were going to be giving them away to, there were some issues as far as like shipping addresses and things like that. So those didn't pan out. So we're going to be re-giving those away to two new podcaster listeners. So if there's anybody out there who would like those.
Hold on.
What were we going to say?
Before you get into that.
Oh, no, you cut me off.
Because we're not going to do that. We're not going to give them away to somebody else right now and I have a good reason.
Okay, what's your reason?
We have Hector Rodriguez coming to the studio.
Yeah, he is.
Right? And he's going to bring the rest of the fucking pictures.
Yeah.
So somebody's going to end up with a really fucking nice prize.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's not going to be just like, we're not just going to give away part of this like massive.
Like, so you want to do like
image.
A massive giveaway?
It's going to be a massive
like
giveaway.
a one bulk giveaway.
Yeah.
All right, I'm down. All right, yeah.
Yeah, and that way, when you get this, you have all the pieces that connect and become this major like Walking Dead piece. So he already told me he's committing to bringing the rest of those so that we can do that. And
word,
it's going to be fun, man. So good shit there. But yeah, we got him coming. Hopefully, I got to do the math. I suck at math. I don't know how many fucking weeks it is until February 12th. So however many weeks that is.
I think it's like 3 weeks.
If it's 3 weeks, if that brings us to episode 75, that would be 74, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
It's all good.
Yeah,
calculators.
Next week, we're going to do 2 episodes.
All right.
Because I want it to be 70. Yeah, Hector Rodriguez is going to be 75.
So we're going to do 2 episodes.
Yeah, I'm going to force that episode to be episode 75.
Yeah. Well,
because I want him to be a part of that. That's going to be awesome.
I'm excited to have him on the show, man, because he's an awesome artist. And
he's a good dude.
Yeah, dude. He's probably one of the coolest guys we met at Rhode Island Comic Con. And he was just like nobody was at his booth. And we went over and talked to him. And then like as we're talking to him and like explaining what he does, like we had a lot of other people start to come over and listen. And so I saw some people at his booth after like buying a lot of his stuff. So he is a very talented guy, man. And I just can't wait to see some of his new shit. So hopefully he'll bring some new stuff that we can check out. But yeah, man. Also, I know in a couple weeks, I don't have an exact date yet, guys, so don't quote me on this, but in February, like I've mentioned before, we are going to have Viola Davis's sister on, Dolores Grant, who I've worked with in Central Falls High School, who actually got to see her sister Viola actually, put her hands in the cement and get her Walk of Fame in Hollywood, and she actually got to hang out with Meryl Streep and a bunch of other cool people. So I can't wait to talk to her and kind of see what that's like to kind of be on, hanging out with her sister who's doing such great stuff, some entertaining stuff, and she's doing some awesome stuff herself. So I can't wait to talk to her about that. So we got some cool guests coming up.
Oh man, I can't imagine what that's like. Like you're like sitting there watching fucking like How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah.
And you're chilling with Dolores and you're like, yeah, and Dolores is like, that's my sister.
Yeah.
Like, and you're just like, cool. Like, but like, what's it like to be like, that's my sister.
Yeah. Well, she's so chill about it too,
Yeah,
she's She's actually, what's really cool is she's actually gotten Viola to come to Central Falls High School and like talk to the kids.
That's cool shit.
Which I think is awesome. You know,
I mean, like, it's cool of her to get her to do it, but it's fucking super awesome that Viola actually did it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's so.
Well,
Look,
I mean, I think it's awesome that she did because her sister's a teacher there. Like,
Yeah.
Dolores teaches at Central Falls, so she's got to hook her up, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, like, it's not true. She doesn't have to. But she did. Right?
But, yeah.
It's the mentality that we have as good people to say that you have to, right? And obviously for Viola, that's how she feels too. So that, to me, that puts her in the same category. Like, she's got to be a good person. And I mean, I know that there are people out there that'll do stuff like that, but I feel like, you know, like, I know Viola was just from like when she first started out, like, just like the speeches that she's given and stuff like that, like, it's heartfelt. And like, there are people out there that'll do it for like just like the publicity or like the PR, right? Oh, yeah, we need you to go and talk to these kids. All right, it's going to interfere with my golf session. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like, nah, man, we'll get it done early. All right, cool.
She
Yeah,
just had
bring
a street in Central Falls named after her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which was cool. And that's why she was in town. And, you know, she came to the high school, and it was super cool, man. And the fact that, you know, she's so well known now and is getting so many awards brings kind of, I feel like, where she came from and her background in Central Falls to the forefront, and lets a lot of people know about it. And it was kind of cool to actually hear Meryl Streep like mention where she was from and actually say Central Falls, Rhode Island. Like, I never thought I'd hear Meryl Streep say that. So that was kind of cool to be like, wow, Meryl Streep just mentioned like a town that like I drive through. Like, you know, it's kind of cool, you know, to hear her like straight shout out Rhode Island. She's one of the best actresses ever, you know, but she's also apparently overrated. But I just, you know what I mean? So it was cool, you know.
But before we hang up,
we're gonna have her on the show, and you guys will get to hear, you know, the you know, you'll hear it right from the source.
But before we hang up, and by hang up I mean close out the show.
Yeah.
Esteban is going to tell us about one of the projects that he's been working on. We mentioned last week that he actually does more than produce our podcast, right? He's
He's an audio,
just a little bit more than producing our podcast. I mean, like,
he's an audio engineer and master. Yeah, he really is.
You mentioned working with Incubus when you were setting up. I heard that.
No, just this really sweet mic that I have. He like the singer,
they use it.
The singer likes to use this
I
a
thought-
lot
I thought
sometimes.
You've
Like
worked for some
powerful.
cool people.
Wow,
I'll
that
leave
took
it
the
up
wind
to
out
you.
of my sails.
No,
I was like, it would have been awesome if I
did
could
you
say that. I'm
record
like, yeah, I
with?
hung out with Incubus. They're badass.
but there was a while back you said you recorded with somebody pretty cool, some bands. That
well,
we
a
would
bunch
know.
of awesome bands. Like it's cool when you meet people that are signed. Like I did some really slight work with I'm totally like drawing a blank right now. No, I totally did some work with the Dropkick Murphys up in Boston for a little bit. Like really slight stuff. Like nothing like huge. I didn't like produce like a big album with them or anything. But like I got to meet them for a couple weeks, and we were just working on some vocal work, which was pretty cool.
That's sick,
really
man.
cool with Kenny and Al. So that was fun to like just kind of see them just do their thing. Like,
I heard they're super nice guys too.
no, really nice guys, really nice guys. Like and it was an interesting session because Al had a messed up vocal cord, I guess. So we had to do everything. We were tracking really slowly because it was all phrase by phrase because his like throat was all fucked up. And then Kenny jumps up there on the mic and it's like boom, and it's just done. Just like nails it. So it was cool. Like it was. I mean, we were working obviously, so we didn't really get a lot of time to hang. But really cool people. So like, it's good to meet like like artists like that. But it's also like so awesome and rewarding to meet with like unsigned people that are just so super talented.
Yeah,
and you're just so grateful to be there, like working music and getting those like younger artists or just like those unknown acts just kind of comfortable in that space and in that environment and that process.
right.
And it's great that you guys give me some time. I just wanted to pimp out a good friend of mine. His name is Teddy Gray. So Teddy like teddy bear, but all rock. So don't think of like the teddy bear being soft in any way. Teddy Gray with an E. And we just did a a really minimal release, just like a little 3-song EP. I know it's like, hey, no, it's got to be 4 songs, but just like a little simple 3-song release.
Hey, yeah, you said that. You said it was an EP.
Yeah, it's
And I looked at it, and it was only 3 songs.
3 songs. Apparently, there's a rule.
I
was breaking the rules. That's rock and roll.
Yeah, I was just giving a voice to your statement. I'm sorry.
Oh no, not at all. But just a young kid. Like I did a 2016 release with him. Like Don't Let the City Sleep. It was a good release. He was just getting edgier, and then we did 3 songs in a really short amount of time. Like and what's great about it, like young, talented, good songs. Even if you're not into that kind of music, you can appreciate how we just recorded everything very raw. Like everybody played together. Everybody was recording in the same room. Mm-hmm. And like everybody was just kind of jamming out, and I brought in my neighbor, actually, like my neighbor of all people, who's an awesome drummer. Like every time I'm out there, you take the dog out, you hear like the drums in the basement, and it's like the guy's like, damn, this guy just like plays all day, all the time, and he's a really good dude. And so I brought him in because Teddy was like, listen, I just want to go raw. I don't want to click anything. I don't want to really overproduce this. I just want to keep it just I just want to capture like that moment, like that song and that feeling in time. And I'm like, all right, well, I need to bring the guns in. So I brought my good drummer in, and I'm talking like this guy's like never heard these songs before. He's just kind of here, kind of ready to be like, all right, I'm just ready to kind of just like have fun. And so I'm talking like rehearsing the song maybe like 25, 30 minutes tops before like coming up with parts on the fly and essentially nailing it without a click.
That's sick.
In like 3 takes. And so it was like a day of getting drums down and scratch tracks, and then a half a day doing overdubs, like for the bass and the guitars, acoustics, electrics, and then nailing the vocals on 3 songs in an hour. And so I'm talking like no beat detective in the software, no auto tune, no like pitch correction on the vocals. It was just very, very natural. Mm-hmm. So and then just like maybe like 3 days of mixing, and then like a couple of nights of just like some simple revisions. And so definitely check it out. You know, it's like kind of like imagine like a young Oasis, like a really young Green Day. But I dig the lyrics.
I did detect a little bit of Green Day in there, like especially the vocalist.
Absolutely.
Reminded me a bit of Green Day.
And I agree, and that's kind of like a big influence for him. Like Oasis was a big influence, and you can kind of hear that on "Don't Let the City Sleep" and on these 3 songs too. So yeah, check it out. Like look him up on iTunes. Listen to a song or 2. Like it. Yeah, he's just kind of like an up and coming. So he's young, just trying to get his music out there, and it's like maturing in that sense because he's still a young kid, and he's hustling. So he's got like some pretty decent songs.
Nice. Yeah, we'll be able to throw this up on the website, man, so you guys can check him out.
Yeah, that would be great. Like if you guys could, just so people can kind of hear and be like, hey, this is not bad. Like I'll support a young artist who's young and doing his, and like he's sponsoring himself. Like this isn't some big record company backing him and like financing everything. This is a kid that's like, hey, like I'm just gonna go to the studio and work with because I did 1 song from him and people really liked it. It was like his fans were loving it. So he's like, I'm gonna go back and work with my guy. So that made me happy too. It's like I'm gonna do 3 songs. I know that we're gonna be able to do that in the time frame that we need to do it. And I think that I was like mission accomplished, and he was really happy with it.
Yeah,
it was really fun.
We'll post some links to the iTunes.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Awesome. Well, thanks for giving me some time to talk about my buddy Teddy for a little bit.
Yeah, what I'll do is we'll throw a clip on here from Broadcast Youth, so y'all can hear like what this group is doing. It's really good stuff. Really good stuff.
That was a fun one to record too. Like, and I had just gotten some very, very few like scratch ideas. He's like, hey, these are the songs. I'm going to send you some like really bare concepts. And I'm like, all right, we can work with this. I like this. And then he came in, and it was like an intimate session, and everybody was like on their game. I mean, I was wearing my Batman socks, and so I'm pretty sure that contributed a lot to how well the session went. But that that song's like the song 3 on the record. I think that was like kind of like intimate, and
really good
and
stuff.
Awesome.
Now ASCAP's not going to come in. Try and
it'll be like, hey,
slammer, huh?
No, not at all, not at all. Just I might get sued, but no, I'm just kidding. No, he's good. I told him I was going to be like pimping out the release on a podcast, and he was like, oh man, thank you so much. So he's a really nice kid. He's been very appreciative. It's been great working with him, and he's just been like, thank you so much for putting the passion to this. And I'm like, no man, thank you for letting me work your music. Like it's like, so that was a lot of fun. Hopefully in the future we'll get to do like a full release of something. So I hope you want to work again in el futuro.
Hell yeah, man. So with that being said, here is a sample of Broadcast Youth.
All that I want is a chance to change your mind. But to make an impression, you only have so much time. Want everyone to respect the intelligence, though most of the time it doesn't make any sense. And if you feel you sold your soul, you probably have my friend. And I can feel you'll never know what's going on in my head. I can't enjoy that company. I like when it's just you and me. And you can broadcast youth, but it's never gonna matter to me. Do you remember the conversation we had last night? When you pretended everything I said was right. You saw right away that I wasn't just anyone. Apologize in advance for the person that I'll become. And if you feel you sold your soul, probably have my friend. And I can feel you'll never know what's going on in my head. I can't enjoy that company. I like when it's just you and me. You can broadcast youth, but it's never gonna matter to me.
So that was Broadcast Youth. Like I said, pretty good track. I really like it. Check out the rest of it on iTunes. We'll have the links up on the site, or just look them up. Teddy Gray, and that's Grey, right?
Yes, Teddy
Yeah.
Gray.
Awesome.
So Stephen Cullen, our boy, the dude that was making sure that we had water and all that good stuff. On our 4th of July podcast when
Oh yeah.
when we had Costa on the show. He actually sent me some stuff, some questions, some things for us to talk about that he wanted to hear, our opinions on or our reactions to. So I'm going to just get right into that, and every one of us, I want us all to respond to this and actually, give our answers for this stuff.
And
So
I do have one question as well from somebody else that I'm going to throw in there at the end.
Nice word.
All right.
So here it is. Number one, you get to be best friends with a celebrity with the understanding that any crime they committed, you have to be the fall guy. What celebrity would you pick?
What celebrity would you pick?
So, like, if you're friends with this celebrity, but in order for that to be the case, no matter what crime they committed, you have to say that you did it.
All right. I'm going to say Matthew McConaughey.
Okay.
Now,
And
is
why?
this assuming that they're
Because-
going to commit a crime, or can you pick somebody like, hey, like let me pick somebody from Nickelodeon or from like a children's show who like may not be a psycho?
Hey,
is
but
that the
remember-
loophole? No,
Just remember that those kids grow up,
that's true.
So
and you don't know what they're going to grow up and become.
I say Matthew McConaughey because, like, I don't really think that guy's done much of anything that we would consider crimes, but I think the worst thing he did was get, like, arrested for, like, or get, like, he got a noise ordinance for, like, he was, like, smoking weed in his apartment, but playing the bongos naked. Like, that's basically it, man. Like, I'll take the fall for that, whatever. You know what I mean? Who cares? That's the stupidest thing ever.
All right. All right.
Wow. All right.
Esteban, what about you, man?
I don't know. I'm thinking of like a list of actors. I'm trying to like. Or more so like all the mugshots in your head that they put on like all the magazines. You're like, no, like Robert Downey Jr. No, I don't want to give him that opportunity. You're like, oh, I can fuck shit up again and then have some and like blame it on somebody else. Although it would be sweet to be friends with Iron Man. That would be cool.
Yeah, like Robert Downey Jr.
RDJ.
I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know if I'd pick somebody like that. Like, no offense to Robert Downey Jr. because he's awesome. Exactly, that's what I mean. It's like, oh, I got that chance now. Someone's gonna take the fall. I don't know. I'd probably think of like a hot like female celebrity and be like, all right, you know what? Because I could take the fall, and that would indicate like a close relationship if you're like friends with like like I don't know like Megan Fox or something.
Okay, all right.
Not that no, that was just the
most
first
likely female celebrity to commit a crime.
Yeah, that was the first thing that came off the top of my head. I was thinking about a Transformer for some reason, and then I just thought of Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
But I don't know. I'd have to. I don't know. Maybe I'll be like. Is that just like actors, or can it be like? Do they have to be movie stars?
I guess celebrity in general.
Celebrity in general.
Yeah.
Wow.
Celebrity in general.
Celebrity in general. Man, I have no idea.
I think we're gonna stick with Megan Fox.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with that. I'll go with that. That was the one that was out of instinct.
All right,
there we go.
I haven't really given it much thought myself, but
the suspense, man. Jesus.
I mean, it would have to be somebody. Like I'm thinking along the lines that it would have to be somebody that's not going to get into too much trouble.
Right.
I'm probably gonna go with John Boyega.
All right.
Finn from Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
First of all, he's a Star Wars character, and I think he's an awesome fucking Star Wars character. He's a great actor. He's been in a lot of movies that I really like, and he's British. And we all know British people don't really get in a whole lot of trouble.
Okay.
Right. And I don't, they got the Cockneys and all that, the ones that like actually like, they're gangsters or whatever. But like, if you're pretty much just like a straight up, like just a British dude, like an actor or like somebody with a profession, like you generally don't get into too much trouble. Mm-hmm. Like you might embezzle maybe one day. I don't know. But I mean, because I figure he's got money or works with money or some shit because he's British.
Know.
But
and if you get in trouble, you go to like celebrity jail.
Yeah, and then they're dealing with Brexit and all that shit, like Brexit 2 and Electric Boogaloo. So I mean, like they're not going to get in trouble. So that's where my money's at.
All right, cool. John Boyega. What's the next question?
Next question is: you have the ability to create instantaneous world peace, but in doing so, Marvel can never make another movie or comic. Do you do it?
Yeah. Of course.
Absolutely not. I don't think peace is real. Like it's an idea.
Yeah,
I don't think it's an idea that human beings are incapable of. So I don't even if like instant magic was involved, I just think it wouldn't last. And if like I actually did that and peace was a thing and I told people that I did that like I would probably ruin the peace.
Yeah, look, I have a thing, man. Like I hate instant anything. Okay, instantaneous world peace. That shit's gonna fall apart like fucking soon. But Marvel can never make another movie. Fuck that. Fuck world peace.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Because look, here's the thing. Instant grits suck ass. Make them shits.
Don't want to.
Right? Make them. And they taste delicious.
Yep.
Right? We got to make world peace happen. We can't do instant world peace.
It's contradictory because you can't have peace without Marvel making movies.
Happen, and everybody contributes in its effort and hard work. It'll last that much longer because people won't want to see it fall apart. If we give it to them easy, then it shit'll fall apart soon, right? And then Marvel can't make a movie ever again for no reason because fucking we're back to having wars and all that shit. So that's my take on it.
All right.
All right. Let's see. Third question: a war between Breaking Bad's Walter White and The Walking Dead's Rick Grimes has broken out. Which side do you take and why?
Wait, Rick Grimes and who?
Walter White from the Breaking Bad.
Oh, so a fight breaks out between them randomly, and you're like, whose side?
Whose side
you're
do
on?
you take? Yeah.
Or like you're saying who would win in a fight, or whose side would you take just based on which character you like the most?
I'm going to say let's go with who would win in a fight, because whose side would you take is kind of. I mean, if we don't know what they're fighting over, I have no idea whose side I would take.
I see.
Who would win in a fight?
Yeah, who would win in a fight, Walter White or Rick Grimes?
Walter White.
And tell me why.
Because he's always 3 steps ahead of everybody else. I feel like Rick Grimes is too like in the moment, where Walter White would be 3 steps ahead of him because he's smart and he calculates shit. And Rick Grimes is just like, he gets like his emotions get involved, and then he gets pissed off and he just loses it.
Yeah, isn't Negan kind of like Heisenberg in the zombie apocalypse?
Somewhat. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, because
Rick
he's
is
always
losing.
Yeah, he's always 3
Big
steps
time.
ahead. Like Walter White is always 3 steps ahead of everybody.
Right.
You know, so yeah, I think he would hands down win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was like if it was strategy based, like you were saying, like if I'm talking like they're maneuvering, like they're playing like that proverbial chess game of like strategy, then yeah, Walter White all day. But if it was like a fist fight, like I wouldn't want to get into the ring with somebody like Rick Grimes who can just go into a rage and lose it and just tear
I
you
agree
apart.
with that. Yeah, in
You know,
a fist fight. Totally.
Yeah, like it depends on like what kind
Yeah,
of
no,
battle
it's
is
not a fist
this?
fight, it's a war.
Yeah, like if it was a war, then I would go with like I would totally go with Walter White.
If it was a fist fight, Rick Grimes all day.
Heisenberg,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because like
absolutely.
Rick Grimes just stabs him and it's done. It's
done.
over.
That's it.
Right.
Magnum shot to the face. Yeah.
Question number 4. Would you rather have someone shit in your mouth or throw up in your mouth?
It's rough.
It's kind of one of those questions where like you're screwed either way. But
Probably like throw up in your mouth because I just can't do shit.
yeah, like, I don't know. Like I'd have to go with that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of like fucking potential diseases you can get from shit. More
This is
so
going to be a
than I don't know.
controversial answer.
I don't
but
know. It's crazy. I don't know. I can't answer that. They're both bad.
There's going to be a controversial answer, but, and you see I'm foreshadowing there when I say but, I'd probably let someone shit in my mouth before I let them throw up in my mouth.
Why?
I don't want to swallow any of it because that's not part of the stipulation. Vomit is viscous. It's liquid. It's going to go down your throat. Shit, on the other hand, is solid.
Not if it's water.
It all
shit.
depends.
That's diarrhea. That's different. It doesn't say diarrhea in your mouth. It says shit in your mouth. Shit is not watery.
But if it could be like wet and come out pretty fast.
I can form a bridge. I can form a bridge with my tongue that will not let the shit leak.
That's the fun. He's like nodding his head. He's like, "Wow, that was graphic."
Now it's gross as fuck, and I'm not saying that this
Nah,
would
man,
be
you
at
have
all.
enough fiber, dude. That'll come out fine.
And I would as soon as it's done, I would just eject it from my mouth. That's it. And then I'd like brush the shit out of that, get it all out.
All right, cool.
That's
So
it.
shit in your mouth.
Listerine.
All right. Wow.
Maybe even alcohol.
All right. Cool. Jesus.
Where do these questions come from?
Stephen Cullen. Stephen Cullen, everybody. Let's see. Last one.
I got one.
You have to recast the characters of the original 3 Star Wars films, but you can only use cast members from Star Trek: The Next Generation. Who do you cast into each of the following roles? Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker, Chewbacca, Han Solo, Darth Vader, Yoda, Jabba the Hutt, Lando Calrissian, Boba Fett, and Greedo.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Let's cut that in half. Let's just go with the first. Let's see:
2.
Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker, Chewbacca, and Han Solo.
Why don't you just pick the first 2? Because that's crazy still. I say the first 2, Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker. The 2 main characters. Those 2.
That's a little boring, but go ahead.
Well, I would say Han Solo is definitely going to be Data. And I would say Luke.
Really?
Yeah. Luke Skywalker is going to be. Luke Skywalker is going to be.
Will Wheaton.
Luke Skywalker is going to be friggin' William Shatner. And I'm going to have.
William Shatner. No, Star Trek: The Next Generation. So
So friggin' Picard there. What's his
Yeah.
name? Patrick
Picard
Stewart.
could be Obi-Wan.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart and who's that other hot chick? The what was her name? The actress's name is or the character's name was Deanna.
Yeah, Deanna.
Deanna. Yeah, she would be Princess Leia.
I don't know enough about Star Trek to answer this question.
Well, I'm gonna let you go on that one.
I don't know. I was a major Star Trek fan. I don't know enough Star Trek characters to fill the roster of people. For that, I'd have to say, from what I know, I'd have to be like if it was like a young Anakin, we're talking about, like the new movies.
No, it's going to be episodes 4, 5, and 6.
I see. Oh, okay, yeah. So like Patrick Stewart would be the Obi-Wan, totally. And
I feel you on that.
totally. I'd have to make I agree with the Deanna being Princess Leia. Totally. And I could see, like I was saying before, Will Wheaton could be Luke Skywalker.
Yes.
And I would make LeVar Chewie. Why not? And is that all we were doing? Yeah, because we were just doing a few of them, right?
Yeah. So for me, Data, Brent Spiner is going to be C-3PO.
That's what I was thinking.
Who wasn't in his list, but that's who I would use for Data. But Jonathan Frakes, who plays William Riker, is Han Solo to me. Mm-hmm. Yes, Patrick Stewart absolutely is Obi-Wan Kenobi. But for Leia, I'm thinking Denise Crosby, who was Tasha Yar. She was kind of like this like badass like soldier for Starfleet. And dude, LeVar Burton is Lando Calrissian.
Yeah, no, totally.
It's the only black dude.
I think like William Shatner could play the old Anakin,
Yeah.
the old Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, and so that's it. If we're gonna cast Jabba the Hutt, though, I'm going with Whoopi.
Oh, that's bad.
Just because she's gonna be the voice, not
That's
the
hilarious.
image of Jabba. But I would love Whoopi to be the voice because like she has so many different characters that she can do with her voice. Like she would kill it.
No, she's amazing. She's amazing in everything.
So that's that. And you had something you wanted to throw on to the end of this.
Yeah, I do have a question, and this question will remain anonymous in who it's from until after we answer it. Here we go. And
Is it going to affect my answer?
no, it's just gonna come around to me. It's just gonna be funny though. So, would you rather have sex with your cousin in secret, or not have sex with your cousin, but everyone would think you did?
Oh. I'd have to go. Wait. Are we talking like third cousin, like three times removed?
We're just gonna say like no. We're gonna say like first.
Like really
cousin.
fall off the tree so that it doesn't like. It's
First
not really,
cousin. We're gonna say first cousin.
I'm gonna have to say no. I'd rather have people think that they did to me not being like that. I like in the back of your mind, they're like, oh man, I fucked my cousin. That's gross. So at some point, like people are like, oh my god, I'm like, dude, I didn't fuck my cousin. You can believe what you want. I know in the back of my mind that I did not.
Yeah. I'm
gonna go with that.
No, I'm saying no because I never gave a fuck what anybody thought to begin with.
Yeah.
Ever. So yeah, that's it. Like I mean, think what you want, and I didn't. I know what the answer is.
Although,
And so my soul is clean.
although
Thank you
though,
very much.
if my first cousin looked like Ava Mendes, I might have to reconsider.
Yeah, you know what? I guess it depends on the first cousin, but I don't have any first cousins that I would want to.
What if your
anything
first
with.
cousin looked like Megan Fox?
No, because I don't like her.
Who's the hottest girl that you like? Who's the hottest girl to you?
Courtney McCaughey.
Okay, so Scarlett Johansson is your first cousin.
Yeah,
Dude,
Yeah,
I probably have to go
he said
back to like.
yeah.
I'm gonna
that's
have to.
unfair.
I'm gonna have to
No, it's
resend
not
my
fair.
answer.
It's legit.
You threw Black Widow into the mix, bro.
Doesn't fucking matter, man.
Nah, listen.
No, answer it as if you were
First
Scarlett
cousin.
Johansson. Yeah.
First cousin that I grew up with.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah.
No.
Scarlett Johansson.
No. What if your sister was Scarlett Johansson? Right? What would you do? Would you want to bang her?
That's incest, though.
Exactly. It's the same shit.
No, but it's a
This is my
close.
first fucking
It's a
cousin, dude.
closer
It's my
relationship.
first
That's
cousin,
a
bro.
closer relationship.
No, it's a closer relationship, but it's family, bro. It's somebody that you
No,
grew
but
up.
it's
your
not-
best friend.
No.
Your best friend is Scarlett Johansson. Do you bang her? No, you grew up with her. She's like your sister. You know what I
I
mean?
don't know, dude. If I grew up with Scarlett Johansson and we were close friends, like, and that shit went down, done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if I grew up with her. Like, friends can't get to that level. Whatever, man.
I wouldn't want to
Listen,
ruin the friendship, man. I'm
anyway.
that kind of guy.
Bullshit. Anyway, I think that I would say no also though, because I'm along the lines with like, yeah, like it would be in the back of my head that like I did it, but yeah, like conscience wise, I would say I have to say no on that one. Yeah, so that was a question from Bennett. So I think that's amazing that it came from him. So Bennett's the man. So Bennett, I told you I get that question in there, bro.
Nice.
Anyway, yeah, I think that pretty much does it for this week of Redbeard Podcast.
It's
everybody.
a wrap.
It's a wrap. Dude, Esteban, thanks for coming on, man, and also thanks for kind of giving us a hookup on helping us with the audio on this one, man. So
Yeah, no, thanks for having me, man.
hell yeah, man. Also, so definitely,
God bless you.
Oh, like all over the place.
We got to keep that in. So, all right. Well, we will catch you guys next week. Until then, peace.
Peace.